Okay, so we have created this arcade-style game where you as the player are running away from a very angry police officer on your scooter. But the long arm of the law isn't that much of a challenge for the player right now. To be honest, he's kind of. But this was all going to change this week. Oh no, okay, stop hitting him, stop. Aye. Okay, we need to build an AI for our police officer to make the game more engaging and come to life. This is our current and only model we have right now. Let's call him Brad. I also think we should have a couple of more variations of the police. Let's start off by creating some new models for the characters that we need before diving into the actual AI stuff. I wanted to create characters with different personalities that will reflect on how their AI will behave later on. The first new character we are creating is the one that will be the least difficult for our player to keep away from. This is Bob. The next policeman is going to have an AI with more speed, more reach and significantly harder to get away from. This is Mike. Mike is going to be a lot faster than Bob and therefore more difficult to pass by without being busted. Okay, it's finally time to start working on the actual AI for our police force. My plan here is to have our AI calculating and predicting the position that our player is heading at depending on the distance between the player and the police officer. The more distance between the police and the player, the longer prediction the AI will make. The biggest weakness for the AI and the advantage for us as the player will be a sudden change of direction. The AI will always have a delay when changing direction. Okay, enough talking, let's try the AI in practice. It didn't work, so I wrote some more code. And now it worked the way I wanted to. The speed and the reach isn't that frightening for Bob here, but we can easily turn the variables up and make the AI more difficult. Okay, AI is working, but the police officers are still missing animations as well as the attack when the player is close enough. For the rigging and the animations we are going to make our life as easy as possible and use Mixamo. First up, Bob. I uploaded the newly created model to Mixamo and used the auto rigging tool. I wasn't sure which shin to choose here. Anyway, we need animations for idle, running and attack for both Mike and Bob. I picked some animations and imported them into Unity. Let's see how it looks. The next thing we have to build is the attack when the player is close enough to the police officer. I created an attack zone collider. Let's make some test runs and see if the AI works with the attack. Oh no. Okay, stop hitting him. Stop. Aye. Let's make some adjustments here to keep the game on a family-friendly level. I tweaked the AI to not attack the player when he's already down on the ground. I think we are making some really good progress here, but we haven't given our Segway police officer Brad any AI yet. I wanted him to be a bit of a challenge and the toughest opponent on the police force so far. So let's give him a quite superior speed compared to Mike and Bob. As you can see, he's a lot harder to get by and you have to make a sudden and quite sharp turn to trick him. He is definitely still the big star on the police force. I'm quite satisfied with the progress this week. Do you want to support the channel? Well, it's quite easy.
Like and subscribe!
Until next time.